peace, brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, and how you doing? Before we get into it, let's pay all due respects to the Creator. The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Amun, brothers and sisters, the second part of the sex and love. Here we're in the second part and of the lecture. Thank you, Bobby Hemming. Thank you for allowing us to use it. Remember, it's not about views for me. I don't look for that. I use different scholars and a lot of my work. And what I do is I narrate. So let's make this clear. And I body books and documentaries and things like that. And because I'm still a student. But when you're making a transformation, you're making a transformation to be a better human being. Excuse me. Understand the conception of love. Brothers and sisters, I am Shu Amun Ra, and this is Sunday's class, part 2. Excuse me. This is Sunday's class, and we're here to get the information out to you. Now, understanding you as a person, your love as a person. What I'm going to do is read the definition of love. And then I want you to go over in your notes and think and ask yourself, what do you believe in love? Because love is not what you think it is. And do you love yourself? So, I normally want to get back into the video, but I want you to see the word love. I want you to see it. And together, we're going to look for love. Get your dictionaries. We're going to look for it. And what we're going to do is we're going to read it. Go to your Webster dictionary. You can go to Oxford. I'm in Webster right now, just to let you know so you can see it. Okay? So I'm in Webster right now. So the word I'm looking for is love. And we're going to read it quickly. We're going to read it quickly. And we're going to dissect love. And here we go. 1. Strong affections for another arising out of his kinship or personal ties. Right? 2. Attraction based on sexual desire, affections, and tenderness felt by lovers. After all these years, they are still very much in love. That's basically the sentence they was using. Number 3, affection based on admiration, a common interest, love for his old schoolmates. So do you so far we got 3 different meanings of love and how you feel towards someone, other people, group, or things. 2, warm attachment, enthusiasm, or devotion, love of the sea. I love being out in the sea. I love being out in the sea. Not me per se, but I'm using it as a sentence. 4, unselfish, loyal, and devotion. Concern for the good of another, such as the fatherly concern of God or for humankind, brotherly concern for others. This is all part of love. Brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, kings and queens. If you are reading in the Webster Dictionary, you would be exactly where I'm at right now. 5, a god such as Cupid or Eros or personal affection of love. Love affair. 7. Sexual embrace. Copulation. 8. A score of 0 as in tennis. Now love, L-O-V-E, is in tennis. It means 0. Imagine that. You watching tennis. I don't know if you ever watched tennis. Well, I love watching tennis. So when you're watching tennis and they go, love means 0, right? In tennis. The score of 0 as in tennis, love. Capitalized Christian Science God at love, holding one's opponent scoreless in tennis. In love inspired by affection. Examples: children needs unconditional love from their parents. Different kind of love. He was just lonely, man looking for love. Man looking for love. But what kind of love he looking for? Affection, attachment, devotion, fondness, passion, aberration. What kind of love you looking for? Understand this, brothers and sisters. See, you have to start to mature yourself, because to understand love, you're going to be going through transformation with yourself, your soul, your spirit, your body. They're going through a transformation, you see. And that doesn't mean that you love somebody completely. No. You might love your car, your house, your money more than you love that person. I mean, this illustration has been shown throughout history anyway. A person will tell you, I love what I do. Now, they will tell you and express to you in a aggressive manner, but the reason why they did that is because they're allowing you to know that they care for the thing, you see? The thing, T-H-I-N-G, thing. The thing they care for more than a person. Because a dollar bill is a thing. It's not alive. These glasses are not alive. This tablet is not alive. But you and I are alive. But people will love a thing more than they love another person. So this is why I'm reading the definition that love is not what you think it is. The word love was created. Its origin, known use before the 12th century. 12th century means 1200, 1202, 1203, 1204, so on and so forth. So they're telling you the first known use of love is in the 12th century. So if we go back in ancient civilization, the word love, L-O-V-E, was not in existence. And we use it here in modern times in many different forms. Many. But the question is what love you using, you see? And if the person, if we're quoting another human being, because you got some people who love the animal, they're more compassionate with the animal. More compassionate with the animal. Let's don't get it twisted. You understand this? You could love 5, 6, 7, 8 different women. There's some women that love 8, 9, 10 different men and you don't even know it. This is real. You loving your brothers and sisters. You love your father, your mother, your grandmother, your uncle, your auntie, and so on and so forth. You loving all these different people, but you love them for different reasons. Now, where sex come involved, it's just tricky. Because remember, your heart is your chakra. Your organ, which is your penis or your vagina, is also a chakra. These are chakras. Your navel is your chakra. The chakra goes up. You remember you got 7 chakras. Do your homework. Remember I told you, research. Don't just quote me. Don't quote by Bobby Hemming. You have to do your research and cross-reference. I am spewing out this information for you so you'll get a better understanding. Now, I'm going to show you again, for those who ain't got their books out and pencil, there's love. You can see it. Huh? Because I could feel that some of y'all have not got your dictionary and you have not started reading what I was reading with you. Some of you have not. You're just watching the video. So let's get back to Bobby Hemming. Thank you, Bobby Hemming, for allowing us to use your video. So let's get back to Bobby Hemming. Understand the faculty of love. Don't get it twisted. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You understand the word I just used? It's a beautiful thing. Because your emotions, who you are, you must mature. And you're going to go to different levels. Many different levels. To really understand love by loving yourself first. There's no way on this beautiful planet that you can love somebody with essence before you love yourself. You cannot. Understand this. You must love yourself. Your soul, it begins to wake up and begins to manifest itself to connect with the body. Understand this, brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, kings and queens. Understand this. Bear with me, gonna get back into the video. Hold on. We're coming. Hold on. We're gonna get right back in here. We're gonna get back deep. So I'm about to take you some. After this one here, after this video here, I'm gonna drop it down. I'm gonna strip some layers down. Because we've been talking about the L-O-V-E love. Then now I'm gonna transform and flip it to the sexual intimacy. I'm gonna get to that. So, but I want Bobby Hemming to continue on a little bit with the metaphysics of love. See, understand the metaphysics. Love ain't always the physical thing. It's also the mental power. That's why some of you don't know how to love. You don't know how to love. You think you know how to love, but you don't. Because you're confused. You're using your physical body instead of your mental body. And when you look at somebody and you manifest yourself, you'll be able to see yourself making love with this person without even touching them. Oh, you ain't know nothing about that, did you? I know you didn't know. You think the physical is always the right thing at all times. No, it's not. You ain't mature enough yet. You're not ready yet. This is why I'm spewing this information out. Let me get into Bobby, because I can go all day on this. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, oh, you like to hear yourself. I don't like to hear myself. It's just that when I get this knowledge, I like to spew this information out. Spew it out. Even though some of you don't want to know nothing. You're just walking around here thinking, oh, I got this thing wrapped up. You ain't got nothing wrapped up. You're still on first grade. Because you ain't free yet. You ain't free. You don't even know what love is. But this is why I'm spewing out this information so you can get it. Let's get into Bobby. Oh, we going.
I annihilated myself by going to the next level without paying attention to the situation that I found myself in and focusing on my own heart chakra. Now, once it entered into the head, which is this last part, has a lot to do with where I find myself now. Where I find myself now. But let me go back. Yeah, well, we'll deal with that. Where I find myself now. And that is that the energy now has come back, hit me in the head again, the Cupid's arrow. But now, because I am experienced in this and have gone through the initiations, I don't have to go back. As a result, I can take this energy and direct this particular energy in what it's supposed to be, because there's no idiosyncrasies. There's no identifying with Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett has been annihilated the last go around. So now it's in the head, and Bobby Hemmett is annihilated, and now I can deal with the pure love. The aspect about this now is that this particular form of love does not dissipate. It's the pot at the end of the rainbow. It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It is the Holy Grail. Now, what is the difference? What is the difference? It does not dissipate, because the simple fact is, I am identifying with a cosmic aspect of my own half, my own self. Everybody down here has a double, a twin soul that you incarnated with. You see, that you incarnated with. Right. And everybody down here has one. The one that I am with now is the twin soul. So now, and only way I could get to that particular level to even receive it or identify with it or recognize it is I had to not identify with Bobby Hemmett, go to no self, identify with the soul chakra, so that when this twin soul comes, it would be one and not Bobby Hemmett plus this other person. So I had to neutralize that lower self. Now take for instance, to give you an example. I'll use that in the example in a few minutes, some other things we're going to deal with. So give me another question.
Okay, all right, it's another one from a sister now.
Yeah.
This is, why do some people who fall out of love, who don't love the person anymore, still find themselves attached to the person, even though they know the other person is toxic to them? Like, you know,
exactly.
Going to bed with them again, rekindling all those things.
Exactly.
Why does that happen?
Well, first of all, they must understand that the person that they are with, when they first initially met that person only acts as a catalyst for you to get to know your own soul. The love is within yourself.
Wow.
So now, everything down here has certain catalysts, certain images, certain archetypes that will open you up or awaken you for a short period of time so that you can get to know your soul, yourself. That's called enlightenment. Now, if the person does not learn that what has happened to them is their own soul and the love is coming from within, then they will still identify with the person who was only a catalyst from the beginning, but they still think that that person's character, that person's, whether his idiosyncrasies or that particular person has something to do with the love that's inside of them, and they are wrong. So when they come back, the love that's inside of them has nothing to do with the person once the person is the initial catalyst. So as a result, what happens is they might meet that person a year or two down the road, a couple of years, and everything down here has symbols and images that will make you remember certain aspects of your life. If that person sees this person down here, or sees that particular person a couple of years later, what will happen is that image might catapult them back into a certain feeling or a certain memory that they had. And if that person doesn't understand that that memory is only reminding you of your own heart chakra and the love from within, if they don't understand that, they will think that they're back in love with that person. And although that's wrong, because that person is toxic and is a detriment to them, and that person has nothing to do with what they are feeling, but because they don't have the knowledge of it, they keep thinking that that person is the actual feeling that they are feeling. Now, take, for instance, there's a movie called Adaptation. With Nicolas Cage and Meryl Streep. Now, in that particular movie, Nicolas Cage is talking to his brother. And he said, you remember you was in high school, you was in love with this girl? He said, oh yeah, I was really in love with this girl. And he said, well, I walked up on this girl, and this girl was talking junk about you. And teasing you behind your back. And the guy said, I knew it. He said, well, why you didn't say anything? He said, that was her problem, not mine. I was the one in love. And he understood at that particular time that the love had nothing to do with her actions. It had something to do with him. And the love was in him, and he was not going to let her insecurities and her idiosyncrasies, you see what I'm saying, destroy the love that was in him, because she's immature. He understood that how she made him feel was an image that was beyond her. It was actually coming from a higher level. And he was getting the benefit of that higher level. You understand what I'm saying? Because his soul was responding. So he said, however she thought about him, that was her problem. Had nothing to do with him. And that's a profound statement. It was one of the most profound things in the movie. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's what's going on at this particular time. The sister that's talking about that person being toxic, she's still didn't realize, that she doesn't know that in actuality that person, that the reaction that that person did to make your heart chakra open was gone a long time ago. And this time it has nothing to do. Although you can meet that person and these old feelings can come back, these old feelings were inside of you all the time and never was him. You see, so that's how that particular aspect goes.
That's deep, man. Okay, this is a good one here, man. A lot of people dealing with this. How do you tame or deal with the green eye monster jealousy? Is it in the mind or is it in the heart?
Jealousy.
That's two questions. First, how do you tame or deal with it?
Okay, well, in order to answer the tame, the one about how do you tame, we have to get to the source. Okay. Jealousy is in the mind. Jealousy is all of your past idiosyncrasies, shortcomings, and all of your psychosis based on some trauma, based on some rearing, based on some event that happened in your life to make you incomplete. And as a result, your ego has to inflate itself just to protect you. And as a result, later on what happens is, because of some insecurities and incompletion, you become jealous. Now, how do you become jealous? The jealousy becomes because in this particular thing where you have your genitals to your head, this is energy and the flow of energy in the Kundalini. The one that's on the front of the book is that when the Kundalini energy or these primal energies start to rise, not only does the good stuff open up, but all the bad stuff start to rise also. So if you have a person that you fall in love with, that make you're very interested in, that make you, this energy can be very emotional, and it gives you this great response. Also, it is also waking up those pathologies, those incompletions, those insecurities also in you. So not only does the bad stuff rise, good stuff rise up, but the bad stuff rises up also. So they say that a jealous person is a mentally deranged person that leads a normal life. That's a person who's not been able to get over its own pathologies and problems, traumas, and it registers as jealousy, and they have thinking it has something to do with the situation they're in. No, it's you and your trauma. You see what I'm saying?
And if a person is with a jealous person, what about if the person is not jealous, but their partner is jealous?
It's the same.
That person, you need to leave that person.
You need that. Ultimately, the person has to deal with his idiosyncrasies. Jealousy is not a political act or something you can take off.
Right.
It's only the manifestation of a person's shortcomings.
So can a jealous person love a person?
Yes, a jealous person can love a person.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yes, a jealous person can love a person. But on the other hand, a jealous person also, because of the jealousy, they might think they are in love with that person, but might not necessarily be in love with that person. It can go either way.
Probably just depending on them.
It just depends, exactly.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they can do it, because we know that jealousy doesn't necessarily have to do with love. You can be jealous of many things in life and not happen to be in love. You understand what I'm saying? So you can be jealous of several people that you're not in love with. So, but that person can easily misconstrue a person that they're in a relationship with as being loved because they're jealous of them.
Right.
And they don't understand that this is their own shortcomings. You see them, this their own shortcomings. In that book, Dr. John Bain's book, Jealousy is a mentally deranged person who leads a normal life, in the book, The Science of Love. So,
be addicted to the madness.
Exactly. And
it
will come out not necessarily in the aspect of love, but if you notice one thing about it, if that person is jealous, and you deal with that person even when you are no longer in love, or no longer have a relationship, their same mannerisms, pathologies, and the way they deal with you socially will always come up a form of jealousy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just a form of jealousy. So how do you deal with the green-eyed monster? It's based on the individual. You yourself, if you are not the jealous type, you cannot make that other person stop feeling, eliminate the jealousy from their life. That person has to deal with some inner work. And that is the only way that it can happen.
All right.
You see, yeah.
All right. All right. Next question is, how do you keep your heart chakra balanced? I didn't get the full meaning of that. I didn't get it.
It's a good question. What they mean by it is this: about all the balance and stuff. This stuff has nothing to do with some type of well-oiled machine or some type of thing like that. But I kind of understand what they're trying to say. You keep it balanced. There's only one way to keep something balanced that's inside of yourself. And that's a complete knowledge and understanding of it. You see what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. We can take any occult book. We can take any occult book. See if I can find a picture of the tree of life. They usually put them in most occult books to try and explain something. And you can take any one of these books, and there's an aspect of it. Here's one right here. Right here, where you go up the tree of life in these paths. When you get right here, which I'll talk about later, which is Bina, the 50 gates is also called understanding. So you have to get on this top triad, understanding, to go to the top triad of Keva. You see what I'm saying? So you balance anything through knowledge and information of it. And information of it. You know, yeah. You know, so that's how you do it.
Peace. brothers and sisters. Just putting my notes down, jealousy, envy, balance. You know, just because I'm been narrating this video does not mean I'm not gonna put down on my notes. You got to be crazy. And then to show you, you know what I mean? So I put these notes down so later on I can go over these things. And this is what I tried to explain to a lot of you. You understand? So when I'm bringing this information to you, you need to have your pencils and papers to jot down information. So later on, you can do your own homework. See, understand this here. I'm not just putting these videos just because, you know, you can sit back and you can get this information. Also, you re-educating yourself, reconstructing yourself. You're becoming a new creation. Let's keep this clear. You're helping yourself to develop yourself. And the reason why I took the topic love and sex, especially sex, is because we're abusing our bodies. Not I used to, though. I used to abuse my body. I can speak. I can give you many details. And I can give you, you know, women I slept with, but I'm not going to sit there and indulge into that because that, to me, is immature. It's immature to be sitting up there and say, I had this many women and all that, a bunch of bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bullshit. Straight up, it's bullshit. So, and not bullshit that any women I've been with, but just to even sit up there and elaborate on that. You know what I'm saying? This is why I chose this topic, because I was thinking of myself. So, brothers and sisters, I'm going to see you in part 3. And get ready. It's about to get hot.